Man United step up interest in Zion Suzuki as Onana struggles continue. Has Andre Onana's time at Manchester United run its course? With another error-filled performance in Europe, United appear to be looking for alternatives, with Japanese goalkeeper Zion Suzuki emerging as a top target. The Onana problem grows. Let's face it, United fans, the Andre Onana experiment isn't working out as hoped. The Cameroonian goalkeeper was brought in with high expectations, but his time at Old Trafford has been marked by costly mistakes. Remember those Champions League group stage blunders last season? United finished bottom of their group, with Onana taking much of the blame. And just when we thought things might improve, he was at it again in the Europa League quarterfinal against Lyon. What should have been a valuable away win turned into a disappointing draw, as Onana gifted Lyon 2 goals, including a late equalizer just minutes after United had taken the lead through Joshua Zirkzee. That parry straight to Ryan Cherki in the dying moments summed up the frustration many fans feel. The numbers don't lie either. Since joining United, Onana has made 9 mistakes leading directly to goals, more than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League. For a club with United's ambitions, this simply isn't good enough. Enter Zion Suzuki. So who is Ruben Amorim and the United board looking at to potentially replace Onana? According to reports, Japanese international Zion Suzuki has emerged as a serious target, with the club stepping up their scouting of the young goalkeeper. Interestingly, United nearly signed Suzuki 2 years ago, but he turned them down to pursue more regular playing time elsewhere. That decision has paid off for him, as his stock has risen considerably following impressive performances for Parma in Serie A this season. At just 22 years old, Suzuki represents exactly the kind of signing United should be making: young, talented, and with plenty of room to grow. But would he be an upgrade on Onana right now? Who is Zion Suzuki? For those unfamiliar with Suzuki, here's what you need to know about United's potential goalkeeper target. Born in Newark, New Jersey to a Ghanaian father and Japanese mother, Suzuki was named after the biblical Mount Zion. Though born in America, he was raised in Urawa, Japan, and represents Japan internationally. His professional journey began with Urawa Red Diamonds in Japan, where he became the youngest player in club history to sign a professional contract at just 16 years and 5 months old. After making his mark there, he moved to Belgian side Sint-Truiden on loan, before that move became permanent. In July 2024, Suzuki made the step up to Serie A, joining Parma on a 5-year contract. At 6 feet 3 inches, 190 centimeters, he has the physical presence needed for a top goalkeeper, and his performances in Italy have caught the eye of scouts across Europe. What makes Suzuki special? So what is it about Suzuki that has United interested? Based on scouting reports, Suzuki offers a compelling mix of traditional and modern goalkeeping skills. His shot stopping is considered a major strength, with quick reflexes and strong hands making him reliable in one-on-one situations. This is precisely what United need after Onana's troubles in this department. Positionally, Suzuki is solid and composed, staying calm even when the action around him gets chaotic. His decision-making is mature beyond his years, which is impressive for a 22-year-old goalkeeper. For teams that like to build from the back, Suzuki offers good distribution skills. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet and can play short passes under pressure or launch accurate long balls to start counterattacks. He also shows sweeper-keeper tendencies, coming off his line to clear danger when needed, though he's not as aggressive in this aspect as keepers like Ederson or Neuer. Perhaps most importantly for United after their experience with Onana, Suzuki is known for his composure under pressure. He rarely panics even in high-stakes situations. The financial side. Of course, any move for Suzuki won't come cheap. Parma reportedly value their goalkeeper at around £40 million, significantly more than what United could have signed him for 2 years ago. This raises an interesting question for United's decision-makers. Is it worth paying a premium for a player they could have had for much less previously? The answer likely depends on how desperate they are to solve their goalkeeping issues. With United currently stuck in 13th place in the Premier League and fighting for Europa League success as their last chance for Champions League qualification, the importance of having a reliable goalkeeper cannot be overstated. Could Suzuki handle the Premier League? The jump from Serie A to the Premier League is significant, especially for a goalkeeper. The physical nature of English football, with more aerial challenges and crosses into the box, can be challenging for keepers not used to it. However, Suzuki's height, 6 feet 3 inches, gives him a natural advantage in dealing with high balls. His experience across different leagues, from Japan to Belgium to Italy, suggests he's adaptable to new environments. The biggest question would be whether he could handle the immense pressure that comes with being Manchester United's goalkeeper. Every mistake is scrutinized, every game is a must-win, and the expectations are enormous. Suzuki's composed nature suggests he might cope well with this pressure, but it's impossible to know for sure until he's tested in the Old Trafford cauldron. Would United fans welcome the change? After the recent disappointments with Onana, many United fans would likely welcome a change between the posts. The frustration was clear after the Lion game, with social media full of calls for a new goalkeeper. A young, promising talent like Suzuki could generate excitement among the fanbase. There's something appealing about watching a young player develop and potentially become a club legend. On the other hand, some might question whether replacing one error-prone goalkeeper with an unproven young talent is the right move. Might United be better served looking for a more experienced option? The timing question. If United do decide to move for Suzuki, when would be the right time? The summer transfer window seems the obvious answer, giving any new goalkeeper time to settle before the 2025-26 season. But what does that mean for the remainder of this campaign? With crucial Europa League games still to play and a Premier League position to improve, can United afford to stick with Onana if his form doesn't improve? The backup options aren't particularly inspiring either. Altay Bayındır has barely featured since joining the club, and Tom Heaton is nearing the end of his career. The Europa League lifeline. United's season now hinges on success in the Europa League. Winning the competition would not only add another trophy to the cabinet but, crucially, secure Champions League qualification for next season. That Champions League spot would bring vital revenue and make United a more attractive destination for potential signings, including goalkeepers like Suzuki. The question is whether Onana can put his mistakes behind him and help United achieve this goal, or whether his errors will continue to cost the team in crucial moments. Learning from past mistakes. United's goalkeeping situation raises broader questions about the club's recruitment strategy. The decision to sign Onana for a significant fee now looks questionable, while the failure to secure Suzuki when they had the chance 2 years ago appears short-sighted. This pattern of paying premium prices for players they could have signed more cheaply earlier is one United needs to break if they want to rebuild effectively. The potential pursuit of Suzuki represents a chance to invest in the future rather than seeking a quick fix. At 22, he could potentially be United's goalkeeper for the next decade or more. What next for Onana? If United do move for Suzuki or another goalkeeper, what happens to Onana? Finding a buyer willing to pay a fee close to what United invested would be challenging given his form. A loan move might be possible, giving Onana a chance to rebuild his confidence away from the pressure of Old Trafford. Alternatively, United might have to accept a significant financial loss to move him on permanently. Either way, the club faces some difficult decisions regarding their goalkeeping situation in the coming months. The bigger picture. United's interest in Suzuki comes against the backdrop of a wider rebuild under Ruben Amorim. The Portuguese manager appears to be planning significant changes to the squad he inherited, with the goalkeeper position just one area of concern. Currently sitting 13th in the Premier League, United are a long way from where they want to be. Champions League qualification through the Europa League would be a huge boost to Amorim's rebuilding efforts. A reliable goalkeeper is the foundation of any successful team, and United's pursuit of Suzuki suggests they recognize this fact. Whether he's the right man for the job remains to be seen, but the interest shows United are actively looking for solutions. What do you think? As United fans, what's your take on the goalkeeping situation? Would you be happy to see Onana replaced by Suzuki this summer? Or do you think the Cameroonian deserves more time to find his form? Is £40 million too much to pay for a relatively unproven goalkeeper? Or is it a worthwhile investment in a player who could potentially serve the club for many years to come? These are the questions United's decision-makers will be wrestling with in the coming months. The answers could shape the club's fortunes for years to come. The final whistle. Manchester United find themselves at a crossroads with their goalkeeping situation. Andre Onana was brought in to be the long-term solution, but his performances have raised serious doubts about his suitability for the role. Zion Suzuki represents a fascinating alternative, young, talented, and with the potential to grow into one of the world's best goalkeepers. His balanced skill set, combining traditional shot-stopping prowess with modern ball-playing abilities, makes him an attractive proposition. Whatever United decide, the goalkeeping position is too important to get wrong. As the last line of defense, a reliable keeper can be the difference between success and failure, between winning trophies and falling short. For a club with United's ambitions, only the best will do. The coming months will reveal whether they believe Suzuki is that man, or whether they'll look elsewhere for their goalkeeping solution. One thing's for sure, with United struggling in the league and banking on Europa League success, the pressure on whoever stands between the posts at Old Trafford will remain intense. The question is, who has the shoulders to bear that burden? Victor Osimhen to Man United. Fresh transfer twist as timeline revealed. Is Victor Osimhen the answer to Manchester United's striker search? The Nigerian forward has dropped fresh hints about his future amid growing links to Old Trafford. Osimhen breaks his silence. Manchester United fans have been keeping a close eye on Victor Osimhen for months now. The powerful Nigerian striker, currently lighting up the Turkish Super League with Galatasaray, has been widely tipped for a summer move to the Premier League, with United reportedly at the front of the queue. Now, Osimhen himself has spoken out about the ongoing transfer speculation, offering United fans a glimpse into his thinking as the summer window approaches. There are always rumors about me, of course, but I prefer to live in the moment, Osimhen told reporters after scoring in Galatasaray's recent 2-0 win over Samsunspor. While his words don't confirm or deny interest in a move to Manchester, they do suggest that any final decision will wait until the Turkish season concludes on June 1st. I am enjoying myself right now. I am enjoying both the club and my life here, he added, praising the Galatasaray fans who have been incredibly supportive since the first day. But it was his comments about the future that will have United fans particularly interested. The summer transfer timeline. For United supporters hoping to see Osimhen in red next season, there's now a clear timeline to work with. The striker made it plain that no decision will be made until his loan spell in Turkey comes to an end. A decision will be made at the end of the season about what will be best for everyone, Osimhen said. Galatasaray will forever be in my heart. With the Turkish Super League season scheduled to finish on June 1st, and the Turkish Cup final set for mid-May, United fans now know they'll need to be patient. Any move for Osimhen won't be finalized until after these competitions conclude. This timeline makes sense from Osimhen's perspective. He's currently focused on helping Galatasaray secure the Turkish League title. Their potential 25th triumph would allow them to add another star to their club crest. They currently sit 6 points clear of Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. The contract situation. What makes an Osimhen transfer seem increasingly likely this summer is his unusual contract situation with parent club Napoli. Shortly after heading to Galatasaray on loan, Osimhen signed a new contract with the Italian side, extending his deal until 2027. On the surface, this might seem like a commitment to Napoli, but the details tell a different story. According to reports, this contract extension included a significant reduction in his release clause. After being valued at around £113 million last year, a figure that scared off many potential suitors, Osimhen's release clause has reportedly been slashed almost in half to approximately £65 million. This more affordable price tag puts Osimhen firmly within reach for clubs like Manchester United, who are expected to strengthen their attacking options this summer. The new contract arrangement appears to be a compromise that benefits all parties. Napoli get to protect some of their investment in the player, Osimhen gets an easier path to a big move, and interested clubs like United can negotiate a more reasonable fee. Why Manchester United need Osimhen? The link between United and Osimhen makes perfect sense when you consider the current state of the Red Devils striker department. Rasmus Højlund arrived last summer with huge potential, but has experienced an up-and-down first season in English football. While showing flashes of brilliance, The young Dane has also gone through difficult patches as he adapts to the Premier League. Beyond Højlund, United's options are limited. Anthony Martial is set to leave when his contract expires this summer, while Marcus Rashford has struggled for consistent form throughout the season. A proven goalscorer like Osimhen could be exactly what United need to return to challenging at the top of the Premier League. His physical attributes and goal-scoring record suggest he could adapt quickly to the demands of English football. Who is Victor Osimhen? For United fans who might not be familiar with Osimhen's full story, here's what you need to know about the potential Old Trafford arrival. Osimhen first made his name in European football with Lille in France, before securing a big-money move to Napoli in 2020. His time in Italy was hugely successful, culminating in a starring role as Napoli won their first Serie A title in 33 years during the 2022-23 season. Despite his success in Italy, a falling out with the club saw him loaned to Galatasaray for the current campaign, where he's continued his impressive goal-scoring form. At 25 years old, Osimhen is entering what should be the prime years of his career. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch with an athletic build, he combines physical presence with impressive speed, a rare and valuable combination for a striker. What would Osimhen bring to United? Based on his playing style and attributes, Osimhen could be the complete forward Manchester United have been searching for. Here's what he would bring to Old Trafford. First and foremost, he's a proven goal-scorer. Throughout his career, Osimhen has demonstrated a knack for finding the back of the net in different leagues and competitions. His ability to score different types of goals, headers, powerful strikes, and clever finishes makes him a constant threat. Physically, he would be well-suited to the Premier League. His strength allows him to hold off defenders, while his pace enables him to run in behind defensive lines. This combination would give United's attack a new dimension. Osimhen is also an impressive aerial threat. His jumping ability and timing make him dangerous from crosses and set pieces, an area where United could certainly improve. Beyond his individual qualities, Osimhen's link-up play has developed significantly in recent years. He's not just a finisher but can also bring teammates into the game, potentially forming productive partnerships with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. Perhaps most importantly for United fans, Osimhen brings a work ethic and intensity that matches the club's traditions. His willingness to press from the front and chase down lost causes would quickly endear him to the Old Trafford faithful. The competition for his signature. Of course, Manchester United won't be the only club interested in signing Osimhen this summer. With his release clause now at a more accessible level, several top European clubs are likely to enter the race. Chelsea have been persistently linked with the Nigerian, while Arsenal have also reportedly shown interest as they look to add depth to their attacking options. From abroad, Paris Saint-Germain could be in the market for a new striker if Kylian Mbappé departs as expected. For United, securing Champions League football for next season could be crucial in attracting Osimhen to Old Trafford. As mentioned earlier, their best route to Europe's elite competition might now be through winning the Europa League. The financial aspect will also be significant. While the reported £65 million release clause makes Osimhen more affordable than before, it still represents a major investment. United will need to carefully consider whether this fits within their summer budget, especially with other areas of the team potentially needing reinforcement. How would he fit into United's system? Under Ruben Amorim, Manchester United appear to be heading toward a more structured approach. How would Osimhen fit into this tactical setup? The good news for United fans is that Osimhen's versatility as a striker makes him adaptable to different systems. Whether playing as a lone forward or as part of a front two, he has the attributes to succeed. His physical presence would give United a reliable target for direct play when needed, while his movement and finishing ability would benefit from the service of creative players like Bruno Fernandes. Osimhen's pressing abilities also align well with the more proactive defensive approach many modern coaches favor. His willingness to work hard without the ball could help United win possession higher up the pitch. One particularly exciting prospect would be the potential partnership between Osimhen and Højlund. Rather than seeing them as competitors for one position, Amorim could potentially use them together, with Højlund benefiting from the Nigerian's experience and physical presence. What do the fans think? The potential signing of Osimhen has already generated significant discussion among Manchester United supporters. Many see him as exactly the type of striker the club needs, proven at the highest level but still with room to improve. On social media, United fans have been largely positive about the links, with many pointing to his goal record and physical attributes as perfect for the Premier League. Some have concerns about the price tag, while others worry about his injury history, but the overall sentiment seems to be one of excitement. For a fan base that has experienced several disappointing transfer windows in recent years, the signing of a player of Osimhen's caliber would represent a statement of intent and ambition from the club's leadership. Is the price right? The reported £65 million release clause represents a significant investment, even for a club of Manchester United's financial power. Is Osimhen worth this price tag? When you consider the inflated nature of the current transfer market, particularly for proven goalscorers, the fee could actually represent good value. Harry Kane moved to Bayern Munich for a similar figure last summer, despite being several years older than Osimhen. The Nigerian's age profile is also attractive from an investment perspective. At 25, he should have his best years ahead of him, potentially giving United 5 or more seasons at his peak. This could make the transfer fee seem more reasonable when spread across the length of his contribution. There's also the possibility that United could negotiate a deal below the release clause amount, particularly if Napoli are keen to remove Osimhen from their wage bill permanently. The bigger picture at United. Any move for Osimhen would be part of a larger rebuild at Manchester United. Currently sitting 13th in the Premier League, it's clear that significant changes are needed across the squad. A striker of Osimhen's quality would address one key area of need, but United's issues run deeper than just the center-forward position. The defense has looked vulnerable, the midfield has lacked balance, and the overall team structure has seemed disjointed at times. For United fans, the hope would be that Osimhen represents just one piece of a well-planned summer recruitment strategy, rather than another isolated star signing without proper consideration of how all the parts fit together. The club's transfer strategy will be crucial in determining whether next season sees a return to challenging at the top end of the table, or another year of transition and rebuilding. What's next in the saga? As Osimhen himself has made clear, no decisions will be made until after the Turkish season concludes on June 1st. This means United fans will need to be patient as the striker focuses on ending his loan spell at Galatasaray on a high note. In the meantime, expect plenty more speculation and reports about Osimhen's future. Transfer stories tend to evolve rapidly, with new clubs entering the race or existing suitors dropping out based on changing circumstances. For Manchester United, the next steps likely involve continued scouting and internal discussions about whether Osimhen is the right fit at the right price. They'll also be preparing alternative targets should the Nigerian choose to move elsewhere. The final whistle. Victor Osimhen represents exactly the type of striker Manchester United have been missing in recent seasons: powerful, quick, and with a proven goal-scoring record at the highest level. His comments about deciding his future after the Turkish season ends give United fans a clear timeline to work with. By early June, the picture should be much clearer regarding where the Nigerian will be playing his football next season. The reported reduction in his release clause to around £65 million makes this deal more feasible than it would have been last summer. While still a significant investment, it could prove excellent value if Osimhen adapts to English football as well as his attributes suggest he might. For a club of Manchester United's stature and ambition, signing players of Osimhen's caliber is essential to return to challenging for major trophies. His combination of physical presence, pace, and goal-scoring ability could make him the centerpiece of United's attack for years to come. As the season draws to a close and the transfer window approaches, United fans will be watching closely for any further developments in this increasingly fascinating transfer saga. Could Victor Osimhen be the man to fire Manchester United back to glory? Only time will tell, but the signs are certainly promising. What do you think, United fans? Would Osimhen be the perfect striker signing this summer? Or should the club be looking elsewhere? Let us know in the comments below.